another video for you with new stories from Ethiopia, Somaliland and Eritrea. Firstly, Somaliland's Berbera port became operational last year. In July, it was inaugurated. But Ethiopia is still using Djibouti's ports for most of its imports and exports because Ethiopia and Somaliland could not sign an agreement about Ethiopian use of Berbera port. Reportedly, now a top Ethiopian delegation is visiting Somaliland, and some understandings have been reached between Ethiopia and Somaliland. At the same time, a top Ethiopian delegation is in Djibouti, perhaps to alleviate the concerns of Djibouti government. Second news story is about a statement from Ogaden National Liberation Front, ONLF, opposition political party based in the Somali region of Ethiopia. Thirdly, we have a new story from Tigray. In a previous video, I shared a clip showing some substandard grain being delivered to Tigray by aid agencies. Today, Tigray government a few hours ago issued a statement about the video, about the claim that substandard grain, wheat grain is being delivered to Tigray. Fourthly, in a previous video, we shared a statement of Ethiopian Petroleum and Energy Authority, which claimed that dozens of fuel tankers were being diverted towards Tigray, Sudan or black market, and dozens of fuel tankers left Djibouti's ports destined for Amhara region, but the fuel tankers did not enter Amhara region. So Ethiopian Petroleum Authority concluded that missing fuel tankers were being diverted towards Tigray, Sudan or black market. But today, some government-backed news sources shared pictures, videos showing that several tankers have been recovered in Amhara region of Ethiopia. And lastly, what is very important news story, we have statements of General Tigray Birhan. Major General Tigray Birhan is former head of INSA, Ethiopian Cyber Security Agency, Tigrayan. And second statement of Tigray Independence Party, General Tigray Birhan is demanding a redrawing of Tigray Eritrea border, overthrowing of Eritrean government, reclaiming of sea, Red Sea. We have a clip as well of General Tigray Birhan for you. Firstly, Berbera port, which became operational in July last year. UAE's DP World, Somaliland's Ports Authority started construction of this port in 2016. In 2018, Ethiopia became a stakeholder with 19% share of Ethiopia and 51% share of DP World of UAE and 30% share of Somaliland's government. Later, reportedly, Ethiopia could not honor its pledge, its promise of financial investment, and Ethiopia was removed. So Ethiopia does not have any stake, any share in Berbera port now. Berbera port became operational last year, but Ethiopia kept on using Djibouti's ports. For more than 90% of its imports and exports, Ethiopia has been using Djibouti's ports. even after Berbera became operational. Why? Because no agreement could be signed between Ethiopia and Somaliland regarding use of ports. But today, a top Ethiopian delegation was seen in Somaliland. The delegation was led by Dagmawit Mogas, who is Ethiopian Minister of Transport and Logistics. And she held meetings with Dr. Isa, who is Somaliland's Minister of Foreign Affairs. Some meetings have been held. Dr. Isa, in a tweet, confirmed that talks have been held regarding Ethiopian use of Berbera port. So it means that Ethiopia now wants to sign, or it has signed, an agreement with Somaliland for the use of Berbera port. Ethiopian businessmen have been calling upon the government, Ethiopian government, to sign an agreement that businessmen should take advantage of this port, which is operational. So it seems that an agreement has been signed, though details have not been shared so far. I'll update you in coming hours about the details. But Ethiopia has decided to diversify its use of ports. On the other hand, a top Ethiopian delegation was in Djibouti today as well, led by Ahmed Shide, Ethiopian Minister of Finance. Top delegation arrived in Djibouti. And again, the issue of port use, port fees came under discussion. It seems Ethiopian delegation is in Djibouti to alleviate the concerns of Djibouti's government. Djibouti's government has been concerned that Ethiopia will rely more on Berbera port, and Djibouti has been earning a lot because of Ethiopian use of Djibouti's ports, and Djibouti has been demanding increase in port fees and a binding agreement with Ethiopian government that for fuel supplies Ethiopia won't use any other port. So Djibouti has been putting some pressure upon Ethiopian government. That is why perhaps Ethiopian government decided to diversify its use of ports. Now, if this agreement has been signed between Somaliland and Ethiopia, it means that Ethiopia will be using two ports. Ethiopia wants to use Kenyan and Eritrean ports too. In coming hours, we'll try to update you about the contents of Ethiopia-Somaliland agreement regarding use of Berbera port. Secondly, today an opposition political party based in the Somali region of Ethiopia released a statement. Name of the party is Ogaden National Liberation Front, ONLF. It was an armed group which fought for decades. Then in 2018, it turned into a political party. Now it is opposition party. It boycotted last general election held in Ethiopia. The party issued a statement after today Ethiopian parliament formed a parliamentary commission. The commission was formed to investigate civilian killings in Valaga. In the last 2 weeks, we have seen two massacres in which hundreds of innocent civilians have been killed in Valaga zone of Oromia. And most of the killed are ethnic Amharas. So today, Parliament formed an investigative commission to investigate what happened in Valaga and to make recommendations for lasting peace in Valaga. What is ONLF demanding? ONLF in today's statement demanded that Somali civilian killings in Sitti should also be investigated by this parliamentary commission, this parliamentary investigative body. We know that in the past few weeks we have seen clashes between Afars and Somalis in border areas, in Sitti as well. And in these clashes, casualties on both sides have been reported. Some Somali civilians have been killed, no doubt about that. Now, ONLF wants this commission to investigate these Somali civilian killings too, which I don't think is very likely, because civilian killings have been happening across Ethiopia. So, if you start expanding the mandate of this commission, where will it end? I don't know why ONLF suddenly came up with this statement, just to have the sympathy of Somali people, the support of Somali people, that ONLF has issued this statement. Otherwise, it's not very likely that this parliamentary commission will investigate civilian killings in Sitti. Thirdly, viewers, we have a new story from Tigray. Tigray government today responded to allegations that substandard aid, substandard wheat grain is being delivered to Tigray. I read a video on that a few hours ago. A pro-Tigray activist shared pictures, videos, and he said that substandard wheat grain was being delivered by aid agencies to the people of Tigray, and Tigray government was silent. Now, Tigray government has released a statement. Tigray government's position is that the aid distribution is in the hands of aid agencies. Tigray government has no role in aid distribution. But Tigray government is monitoring the quality of this aid. An authority, government officials, regional government officials, they are checking the standard, the quality of distributed aid. And Tigray government says that due to weather conditions, sometimes wheat grain dries up. But at one distribution center, this problem was seen, which was resolved. And Tigray government is in touch with relevant aid agencies, and if there are any updates, it will share with the people of Tigray. Now, it's a very positive development that Tigray government has addressed the concerns shared by a Tigray activist who is criticized by some Tigray government officials, by some other activists, that he is on the payroll of Addis Ababa authorities. Though I know that Fitsum Birhane, his name is, he is pro-Tigray. Since the start of Tigray conflict, he has been speaking for the people of Tigray. If there are problems in Tigray, problems should be highlighted, and Tigray government should address the problems. It does not mean that people who highlight the issues are anti-Tigray. Fourthly, viewers, Amhara region of Ethiopia, where fuel tankers full of fuel have been recovered. 2 days ago, Ethiopian Petroleum and Energy Authority claimed that dozens of fuel tankers left Djibouti's port for Amhara region, but they went missing, and the fuel tankers were being diverted to Tigray, to Sudan, to black market. But fuel tankers are being recovered in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. Today, according to some government-backed news sources, in Ngibara, 184,000 liters of fuel were recovered at a fuel station. Secondly, 4 oil tankers were recovered in Gajam, and several other fuel tankers could still be in Amhara region, not recorded by Amharian authorities, but the fuel tankers are hidden because this fuel was bought on subsidized prices, low prices, and now fuel prices have increased in Ethiopia, and this fuel was to be sold at high prices. It has been recovered. So it's not that all missing fuel tankers are being diverted towards Tigray. Yes, there could be some mafias involved in this black market fuel trade in Amhara and out of Amhara region as well. Lastly, was very important news story. Some Tigray leaders, some Tigray people, influential persons, they are speaking about Tigray independence, about redrawing of Tigray Eritrea border. Around 5 months ago, I did a video, I remember. The video was about the formation of a forum for the start of struggle for independence of Tigray. Back then, we reported that Tigray Independence Party, Salse Vujene, were part of this initiative, this forum. And thirdly, Major General Tigray Birhan, former chief of INSA, Ethiopian cybersecurity agency, was also part of the forum. One point agenda of that forum was that these parties, individuals should work for independence of Tigray. So, in Tigray, there is a group comprising opposition parties, some individuals, people of Tigray who want independence of Tigray. General Tigray Birhan was interviewed by UMD media a few days ago, 2 days ago I think. And there he very openly, very frankly said that we should be redrawing of Tigray Eritrea border. Isaias Afwerki's government should be overthrown. Tigray should have access to the sea, and there should be reintegration of the people of Eritrea and Tigray. And we have been seeing statements from Tigray Independence Party as well, which is saying that struggle for independence of Tigray is inevitable. Now, General Tigray Birhan's interview with UMD media is being shared by several news sources, and they are claiming that this is what Tigray wants. Tigray wants to overthrow Eritrean government. It wants to attack Eritrea. It wants no border between Eritrea and Tigray. It wants Eritrean territories to be part of Tigray. Well, there has been a group in Tigray which has been saying that Tigray should have access to sea, that Isaias Afwerki government should be removed. And TPLF leaders have also been speaking in their private and public conversations that Isaias Afwerki's government should be removed by the people of Eritrea. So we can say that there are groups, there are individuals in Tigray which want independence of Tigray, which want attack on Eritrea as well, military offensive on Eritrea, to overthrow Isaias Afwerki and to take control of territories in Eritrea so that Tigray has access to sea. And General Tigray Birhan's views are not something new. For months he has been preaching this sort of narrative that Eritrean government should be dismantled, otherwise Tigray would remain under threat. Take a listen to what he said. We found a video of General Tigray Birhan with English subtitles. Take a listen to what he said. Thank you for watching.
نتون كله حقاوي تحتات نزمة الله نعتم في فترة له زير جن ناي سلامنا ناي تجراي بهراو منت هاوي زولكم منت هاو حيل حدا جاي لازم قوم تنسي تمنت هاو حيل زول كرو نتاين مالي تمنت هاو حيل تجارو بوردر سريح كاب مرة ملاش كاب قال ما يكون خنزري زلوا كاب مرة حلفو تجراي من النتاوي أتحاسبان متسارنون ولا سلز مزيت عسيركا خابنو بحكي أنصار مست تفلالي زلوا قدمي لمس زي معري جوجي زخنا ناي بعداوي أجازة باوندرز تأثير زمتة ناي نملك شاطرون تأثير زمتة كفلات نسب ناينو ويحق عزو إنتجريت نايم قال ري إنتجريت نايم قال بروسس كفتح له مست هزب زلوا تسار يتوه لتلاقن أنا ونصلاين هزبي أب سبين زلوا تجراي ونصلاين بو خبر تصل زلوا أب سبين زلوا تجراي ون صلاين سلازي حقوق السبر اللغنات كفتر له تنكناي سلامن وانا تنكناي تجراي جونوسايد نيلي الحسن وانا سنتر اوف جرافيتي نايتي حدقاوني لي الحسن سلازي ذا هايست برايورتي مهان أنا نسمع معلو قداي كاو حليفو جن زي مريت مسكاي بحري قال ملا تأثير زلا على قداي تي ناي ري انتجريشن بروسس فترة حدا إرترا خمرنا نخلت هذه إرترا توالو تبريزلو أو مزفتر سلامن ناي حيل زي تتنك حيل زولكم على زي مهلاون مقلاسن تأثيرو خرز خيلين توزل لحزب قعنا مس حزب تقرا حاويرو زنورو لخنات بخيدي سيفيلايزيشنال زخنا برسبكتيف نحسكا هذه الفترة سلازم ناتي منصر ما يخصما وسلطانه متسا تو سبريت مالته